Welcome back to another episode of L2P Pokken Tournament DX style with Redonkulous Gaming. This is Redonk, and before we get into it today, be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you like our videos. We're getting into what is the 8th of 22 episodes with my man Sceptile taking center stage. So let's get straight into his breakdown. Sceptile has a health pool of only 570 hit points, which is slightly below average. However, this is the first speed-type fighter that we have covered, so what he lacks in hit points, he definitely makes up for in speed. He's a quick closer, and that's how you really should play him, as a quick closer, moving in on your enemies quickly, executing combos, backing out, doing it all over again. His overall speed in the field, as well as dual phase, is outstanding. Now, the cheer that we recommend for him is the standard cheer until you're comfortable enough to use your synergy focus, because you want to get him in synergy phase as often as possible. Now let's get into his playstyle. So in dual phase and field phase, he's actually a complete fighter. He's incredibly well-rounded. He's a good combination of evasive and aggressive, which is really what can make him hard to track for your opponent. Sceptile has the ability to take control of the battle early and then push dual phase by leveraging the lateral movement within the field and the Y button. Once you're in dual phase, you'll need to mix mid-range attacks such as down and A, which is your Mega Drain ability, which absorbs the HP of your opponent as well as part of their synergy gauge. Now, some other neat things are his grab attacks. BY is the typical grab attack. We always advise and caution everyone not to use your BY grab attack as a default. It can be easily countered, but if you've got opponents who are coming at you from the air, you can utilize up and A to go ahead and grab them midair before they attack you. Now, Sceptile has a unique bullet seed mechanic, which is very different than any of the other fighters that we've covered to this point. And you can leverage it by pressing the A button, and what that's going to do is going to charge your bullet seed. You can deploy it by pressing A again, so A will deploy, and then you want to time the growth of it so that it shoots out of the ground and injures your opponent by pressing A again. So you don't want to hit A all back to back. You're actually going to want to time this out with charge, deploy, and then time as to when to release the growth and damage your the opposing fighter. Now, as we mentioned, if the opposing fighter does opt for an airborne attack, up and A is a great grab combo to use, or you can hold back and A, and what that's going to make you do is recoil for a second and then disappear up in the air so that you can go into a chain of air attacks. Now let's get into combos a little bit. You can utilize the following combo to make the most of your offensive advances: forward A and down A. What's great about this one is that it allows you to actually start in melee range and kick your opponent back just far enough so you can take advantage of your Giga Drain ability. Again, this is the ability that absorbs HP and synergy. So down and A is actually somewhat difficult to feel out and really get a feel for, because you do have to be the appropriate range so that it actually lands, otherwise it'll miss. So by executing forward and A and down and A immediately right after, that'll set you up for perfect Giga Drain. So it's something that you should utilize whenever you see the opening for it. And again, that's going to put you into synergy phase much faster as well. Now, he's also great at attacking from the air. So while you're in midair, go ahead and hit that B button, jump towards your opponent, and hit X. That is going to cause you to slash down on top of the opponent and follow up with Y, and you're going to go ahead and execute a nice little mini string of punches into a nice mini combo. Now, the last one that we're going to review is one that incorporates your critical strike, which is X and A held together, then X immediately followed by back and R. And what that's going to do is cause you to critically strike the opponent, follow up with a big hit, slide underneath the opponent, and then finish that off with Y. So the whole combo together is X and A for critical strike, X, back and R, Y. And that's going to cause just a volley of punches after a couple big critical hits. Now, every single fighter that we get into, we always break down the synergy phase. We talk about the strength, the coolness, and the overall finisher, and what that look and feel is. So the best part about the synergy phase for Sceptile is that he's already incredibly fast, but then what happens in synergy phase is you can take advantage of his speed and precision and ultimately increase the potency of your attacks. So because you're already quick, all your attacks just really get a buff, and it really can turn the tide of battle. So you're going to want to hold off on your finishing move L and R together until you're pretty close to drained, so that you can really take full advantage of your synergy bar while you're in the synergy phase to unleash havoc. So overall, we feel Sceptile's synergy phase is incredibly strong when you look at the other fighters that you can select from. Now, in terms of coolness, we think he's pretty cool looking, so this just makes him even cooler. But his ultimate move is really what takes the cake here. It's pretty strong by itself, but when you do couple it with just some really easy combos, such as that YY and then LR, or even X forward R, as we had mentioned before, YY, and then instead of doing XX back to back and pushing the opponent further away, you go straight into your LR to execute your ultimate move. Now, in terms of support, we choose to go with Cubone and Diglett as a great combination here. And the reason for that is that because we recommend the synergy-focused cheer, we want our support Pokemon to be on a somewhat quick charge time. So both Cubone and Diglett are on fast charge times. Cubone is great when you've got an enemy that's medium to a little bit further away and you want to pull him a little bit closer so he can be used with his bow and meringue attack for that purpose. But Diglett is really my favorite when I'm using Sceptile. And the reason for that is that Diglett will burrow and then pop up underneath your enemy and essentially stun your opponent for a couple seconds, giving you the ability to take advantage of your speed and your quickness and your closing ability to go in and set up another combo. But ultimately, the choice is yours, so try out whichever combination that you'd like. However, if you're looking for just a good starting kit, that's who we would recommend. And that's all we have for today. Please remember, subscribe to our channel. Visit us at our website, www.redonkulousgaming.com, and follow our Twitter handle @RedonKGaming. Until next time.